What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. Boxing writer Michael Benson is reporting on his Twitter that Canelo Alvarez versus Dimitri Bivol for Bivol's WBA light heavyweight title is on the verge of landing in Dubai, UAE, United Arab Emirates, aka the Middle East. Now, my intel was telling me that the fight was destined to take place in Las Vegas, Nevada, aka Sin City, at T-Mobile Arena. But T-Mobile, along with the city of Las Vegas, are not interested in hosting a boxing event involving a Russian fighter. And that is the reasons why the fight is not happening in Vegas and now is on the verge of taking place in the Middle East. Now they have a press conference to officially announce Canelo versus Bivol. It's going to take place this Wednesday in San Diego, California, IA. And Eddie Hearn, aka the spin doctor, is going to be spinning, and he's going to try to minimize the fact that the fight is being moved from the U.S. soil to the Middle East due to the fact of the naked Russian aggression against a sovereign state in Ukraine. He's going to try to minimize that fact, and he's going to try to big up the fact that, no, man, this fight is going to Dubai, the Middle East. They presented us with a tremendous offer. We couldn't say no. Yeah, no, that's what he's going to try to say. He's going to say the Middle East and Matchroom Boxing have already put together a mega event 2.5 years ago when Anthony Joshua took on Andy Ruiz in a rematch. And it was a huge success over there. So we're going to take another huge event involving another big name in Canelo Alvarez. And we're going to take him over there, and we're going to put on another huge event, and we're going to have similar success that we had putting on Joshua versus Ruiz. That's what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to spin it and try to minimize the fact that the fight is being moved to the Middle East because of the Russia-Ukraine conflict and a fight involving a Russian fighter, a Russian champion, in Dimitri Bivol. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. They're going to have to work out some things, especially the time zone difference. Because if that fight takes place in prime time in the Middle East, that means that it's going to be in the afternoon here in the United States. You remember when Anthony Joshua fought Andy Ruiz, that fight was in prime time in the Middle East, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was. It might have been in the afternoon. I think it was in prime time. Whatever time it was shown in the afternoon here in the U.S. So they're going to have to work it out where the fight's been put on at a certain time in the Middle East, which would enable for it to be shown in prime time here in the United States, because you got a lot of Canelo Alvarez fans that are going to be shelling out money for the pay-per-view, and it's going to be much more Canelo fans shelling out for a pay-per-view if the fight's taking place in prime time instead of, say 5 o'clock Central Time. So when you're looking at the pay-per-view numbers and what you're paying both fighters, you're going to try to maximize the numbers that you can do on pay-per-view. And in order for you to do that, you need to put it on at a time that's optimal for the U.S. boxing fans. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires, but this is what I'm hearing, man. Michael Benson is reporting this, that the fight is on the verge of landing in Dubai, UAE. Now again, Matchroom Boxing is no stranger to putting on events in the Middle East. They put on a huge event 2.5 years ago involving Anthony Joshua, who was able to reclaim his titles in the WBA, WBO, and IBF in the rematch when he defeated Andy Ruiz via unanimous decision. Eddie Hearn got a huge site fee for that fight. I'm sure he's going to get a huge site fee for this fight. So I know Eddie Hearn, when it's all said and done, is going to make out like a bandit in this situation. And he's going to make money, and his fighter's going to make money. But it's going to be interesting to see how they do this deal, because the deal that they finalized, I'm sure, was for the fight to take place in Las Vegas. But now that if it's getting moved to the Middle East, it's a different deal based on the site fee alone. Because if Matchroom Boxing is getting a huge site fee, I'm sure Canelo Alvarez is going to want some of that site fee money. He's going to get his guaranteed minimum, but it was based on him fighting in the United States and based on he was going to get back-end money on the pay-per-view. Now, I'm sure he's going to still get back-end money on the pay-per-view, but if that fight is taking place at around about 5 o'clock in the afternoon here in the United States, then he's going to be looking to, I know if he's smart, and then him and his team going to be looking to get some of that site fee money. They're going to sacrifice some pay-per-view dollars if that fight takes place at 5 o'clock in the afternoon instead of 10 o'clock at nighttime here in the United States. That's going to be a huge difference in the pay-per-view numbers that they're going to be able to draw due to those two different times. So all that's going to be need to be worked out. And I just hope that Canelo Alvarez and his team are not sleep at the wheel and looking at all this and just not just basically saying, okay, we're going to Middle East, cool. And we're going to be doing it under the same parameters as if we was going to be fighting here in the United States. Because it's a different situation, you know, just like I said, based on the site fee. So we will see what happens and we will see what transpires. But let me know your thoughts about Canelo Alvarez and JBsports on the verge of landing in Dubai, UAE, aka the Middle East, and not happening on U.S. soil due to the Russian-Ukraine conflict. Let me know your thoughts. Follow me on Twitter, JBsports3303. Like, share, and subscribe to JBsports, the man, the myth, the legend. And I holla.